Hey there, Donna Milam. How are you?
Oh my gosh, look, there's two of us on screen. It's Jeannie and Donna. Woo woo! How exciting. Oh my gosh, Jeannie, I don't remember the last time we were on screen together.
I don't either. I don't either. This is awesome. Oh my
Absolutely. And I
goodness.
just want to say, put in the comments, guys, how cool Jeannie looks in her glasses. Those are great glasses for you. And I'm a huge fan of glasses. I understand why people wear contacts, but I got to tell you, I think glasses are like an accessory. So
That's they get some blue on them. I love blue. I'm actually going to the eye doctor next week for my annual checkup. So we'll see if I get to stay where I'm at or if I'm going to have to update. Or the frames are great. I just may need new lenses put in. So we'll see how that works.
They're very cool. They're very cool. Well, she's in Queen Creek.
Santan Valley.
Santan Valley. That's right. They moved something. And I'm in Morristown, and we're so excited. It's May. And I know for the last couple of weeks, you've done a fabulous job of talking about the new products that we have. And I have to say, just an exclamation point on the lip oils. If you don't have a lip oil, right. But let's talk about what we're going to talk about today.
Awesome. Well, the lip oils kind of fall into that category. This is a time of year where you need to, it's time to adjust and tune things up a little bit for your look for the season. And so one of those things is your hair. And so is it time to go get a fresh cut? 2 weeks from now, that's me. I have my appointment for 2 weeks from now. She gets to get in there and cut my hair. Do you need to adjust color at all? Are you in a season of your life where color needs to be changed? Or are you just going to let her do something brand new and try a pop of something you've never tried? This is a season to do it.
I have to tell you, Jeannie, because I am fascinated when people cut hair. I got to tell you, I think short is on its way. I have seen video after video after video of people with longer hair, and it's it's not a reverse bob, but it's definitely more a bob, and it's got lots. I have seen a lot of that, and so I would look I'm intending to have probably that much cut off my hair.
Okay.
Right. However, this girl is not changing my color. I am sticking with the color that I have because God gave it to me and I don't want to color it anymore.
You know, ladies, I just need to let you know, when Donna and I were traveling together back in January, I was like, she's got dimension to her hair color. Like when you look at it, you would think she had paid $200 or $300 for that dimension, because that's the number of foils and all the colors they would have had to do to create that. And she's got beautiful hair just colored that way. So what a great opportunity to just shout out to the Lord. Thank you for my hair.
Absolutely. The other thing that I am going to suggest to you in this season, now, depending on where you live, for those of you that are in a very humid climate, this is probably not for you. But for those like us that live in a very dry, and it is dry again. I don't know about you, Jeannie, but my hair needs extra conditioning.
Yes.
Without it, it's just bleh.
Yeah. Excuse me. 100%. And also, so that people know, I'm going to tell you, I was here, and then last month I was back in Nebraska. And I'm going to tell you, my hair with the humidity just maxes out in different ways. My curls, I'd put curls in, and it would be like Seth would see me, and then 10 minutes later, he's like, where'd your curls go? They go away, but the volume of my hair changes. So just know that talking to your hairstylist to get the right tools, to get the right sprays or gels, that can make a big difference in how you're working with your hair. So
absolutely. So be sure that you spend a little bit of time, because hair is one of those things that frames your face, which is where we're going next, but it is that frame for your face. So have a conversation. And I got to tell you guys, there is something about a really good, healthy haircut, especially for the fact that there's more sun. If you're swimming, there's chlorine, And I got to tell you right now, Jeannie, when I went outside and I had a drive, I realized how dirty our area is right now, which we're getting
You
all
can
those.
hear it in my voice. I'm drinking water like crazy. I'm taking allergy medicine. But we've had in our area of Arizona, like from me to Donna, we've had high winds. And that just stirs the dirt. And where I live, I can, it's about 20 miles to the Superstition Mountains, and I can see them from my home. Yesterday, I couldn't see them. It was just a wall of brown, and I couldn't even see. So that's what we're breathing in. That's also a good reason to wash your face morning and night, but it's also in your hair. And so you need to make sure that you're taking great care of your hair. Now, we're going to move on to the color of the year is that moose color, those browns. And I don't know about you, but I'm going to tell you something. I bought a new purse while I was on my vacation.
I want to see.
Okay, it's a big one because they say the small purses are going away. It's an area.
Oh my goodness.
But check out the handle.
Oh.
So I love my new big purse. It is a bit heavy, but like if I go to the store, I'll just grab, like my wallet and go, but that's my big purse. And I have a purse story to go along with it. Do we have time?
Absolutely. Tell away.
I'm from this little tiny town. So my purse I'd taken with me, the handle broke right there. And there's not a lot of options, but we had a window of time. And I told my husband, I said, hey, they got the Ford over here. That used to only be in Lincoln, Nebraska, but they got one in my hometown now. And I said, let's just go in there and see if there's a purse. Otherwise, we're going to have to go out to Walmart and I'll just grab something. So we go in and said hello to the people at the desk. I really didn't look, at the counter. And we went in out because I was scanning to see if there was purses, and where to go. And they have men's clothing. It's kind of like the Boot Barn here in Arizona. Mm-hmm. So went in there and a gal comes up and I tell her what kind of purse I'm looking for and that I'm traveling and I could really do a lot of Western purses these days. I love Western purses. So you could see me with a much smaller one as well. But I told her what I was looking for. She goes, oh, we have 3 or 4 like that. And up came a guy and he goes with that purse in front of him, would this work? And he put it down. It was a guy that I went to high school with, Bob.
Shut the door.
Yes. And he goes, hi. And I'm like, oh my gosh. We had like really grown up together. Like in a small town, when we lived on the south side of the railroad tracks, so there was only a couple of places and all the kids would go to cross railroad tracks. You had to go to certain blocks. So we'd all kind of migrate to school and back. And so there he was. So I got to see somebody I went to school with and it was really cool, but I bought the purse there. And so this color, that was like the Western theme is everywhere, but the browns were everywhere in everything. So that's my conversation.
Perfect. Well, and I will say, I have been doing this stuff about the mocha mousse and the fact that brown is so big. And generally speaking, I had really moved to more grays because y'all know I love a blue liner. It is my go-to liner. And so I use the grays, but I am using more brown. So what's your brown on today?
I have got hazelnut. I have to adjust something right there, but I have hazelnut. I have biscotti for my highliner. I've got hazelnut, a little bit of rose gold in the center here. And then on the corner, I've got sienna or no, espresso. So there's 4 colors. And it's easy. And this is kind of my go-to right now. I have them in my little travel palette. I can just put them on and go. And I honestly think the brown colors make my eyes more prevalent. And when I'm wearing brown colors, I have to wear that darker liner. I have to go to the brown or to the black.
Okay. So I did not work that hard as Jeannie did. So I have on, yes, it's true. I'm still using the cream to powders from the fall line. So I have the lightest one of those on. I do have hazelnut here. I have candlelit here. And I use the Brow Kit highlighter right here. But I do have, because I am wearing a denim dress, I do have the blue liner on. And so before I leave for my evening activities, I will take something a little bit darker and do a little bit more in that area. But you've done a fabulous job. But again, guys, it really is. Browns and with some pinks are.
Well, and I have pink in my dress. It's kind of hard to see with my lighting, but there's some black, but there's a lot of pink in here with some browns. So I just pulled it together that way. Now, what's your favorite brown lips that you're doing these days?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I just have a subtle pink on the natural, but I'm not kidding. That nude, whatever it's called, oil, it is fabulous. And the thing is
called blush. So
I didn't think I would use it, and I love it.
And I didn't think I'd use the darker one. That's a berry. To me, it is called berry, but to me, that's not, I think of like cherries when I think of berries. So these fall definitely into the colors of the year. I love this, this very thick, short, heavy doe foot applicator.
Well, and you were talking about you couldn't feel, I feel the sensation immediately. I feel the hydration to my lips. And I had somebody ask me how long the color lasted, and I kind of laughed and said, I have no idea. Don't pay attention. But I can tell you the feel and the hydration lasts a long time.
That lasts hours. And it doesn't streak. It doesn't pull. These lip oils, I have more coming in tomorrow. Women that love it. It's a hot commodity. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Did you know I went out and priced the market? How much do we charge for these, Donna?
I think they're 20.
Yeah, you're correct. Do you know what the marketplace is charging for theirs? 40.
Shut the door again. Really?
Yes. Who's going to spend $40 on a lip oil when they
I don't know, but you know what that tells me? We've got to get the word out.
Exactly.
We've got to get the word out because
when I was looking at it at the counter in a store, the lady said, "Oh, do you need a lip oil?" I said, "Tell me about them." And they didn't have the 9 plant ingredients that we have. 9 plant oils in ours. She didn't have any of that in it. There was nothing she sold me on them. I said, I think about that. But when she said $40, I had to really check my face. Oh, okay.
That is
hilarious. I'm walking around with it in my pocket now. Like if I have shorts on or jeans, or if I've got a dress with pockets, I got a lip oil in there now.
Well, you don't
either if the color goes away, because I'm just going to reapply it.
Right. I will say I put it in my purse because that's where I have all my lip stuff.
Right.
And I did not realize I had isolated it in a pocket so I could find it quickly. And I was tearing my purse apart. I'm like, I know it's in here, and I couldn't find it. And I was so disappointed because it really does give that incredible, luscious feel to my lips. They're so hydrated. And to your point, it is not tacky. It's not heavy. I expected it to be heavy, or I expected it to run. It doesn't do any of those things. Not
at all.
It is an amazing product. And I did not have it on before we started, but as soon as we wrap up, I'm going to go get my lip oil and I'm going to put it on again. So let's go through this again. There are 3 things you really want to be aware of. These are like your, I need to check in on this for the summer. Your hair. Your hair. Check in, get a really healthy haircut, start the summer, right? And I think sometimes summer is a great time to play, find something new, do something different, right? What's the next one, Jeannie? What's the next one?
And we're going to go to your eye colors. We're going to have a pop of color on the eye with a focus on some of those browns. And we have a number from the very lightest in highlighters right on through mid-tone and deep colors that will take care of that new look with your eye.
Absolutely. And finally, it's our fave. It's our fave. And it is those lip oils. And I got to say to y'all, if you don't use Mary Kay, you just love to watch Jeannie and I, right? If you don't use Mary Kay, the lip oil is a great place to start because 9 plant oils, half the price of the marketplace, Seriously, what do you have to lose? Contact your consultant ASAP and say, I want not one, but 2 of those lip oils because they are limited edition. And so don't cry to us if you didn't take advantage of them right now.
Absolutely. All right. We'll see everyone later. Bye.
Bye.